Hello again, good afternoon to you. Time now for business. Now, ECOBANK and CAL Bank could in the coming months rely on third-party outlets to provide total banking services to the public. This is because the two banks have secured approval from the Bank of Ghana to roll out what can be described as agency banking. There's more in this report.
The move would also result in the two banks rely on shopping outlets and service stations to bring banking closer to the public. However, sources close to the Bank of Ghana say there will be some sort of restrictions on the amount of money that they can take at these outlets. The initiative is part of measures to help extend financial services to the unbanked. Banks in the country over the years have struggled to improve the culture of savings despite several innovative products. Analysts say this is seen as part of several regulatory measures to help deal with this challenge in the country.
Now, there are serious discrepancies between tax payments made by some oil and mining companies and what was actually realized by the state. This is one of the highlights of the latest Ghana Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative report launched in Accra yesterday. The report looked at the operations of companies in the oil and gas sector as well as mining for the year 2015. Dr. Steve Mantiao is co-chairperson of the Ghana Extractive Industries and Transparency Initiative.
First and foremost, the fact that this particular report throws light on the fact that most of the companies are not paying dividends based on our 10% carried interest. In 2015, only 2 companies paid dividends to the state. And therefore, we are recommending that government re-examines this whole arrangement in respect of our 10% carried interest. We may want to consider drawing lessons from the oil sector, where our carried interest is calculated as a share of production and taken up front, so that it is not dependent on whether or not the oil companies declare profits. And for me, when we go that way, we will ensure that at all times, Ghana will be receiving something for its 10% carried interest in the mining sector. You see, there can only be sanctions where you have actually undertaken legal reforms to give legislative backing to the policy changes. For instance, in 2014, when we decided that we were going to collect royalties on monthly basis rather than quarterly basis, we did not amend the Minerals and Mining Act to reflect that. So those companies that are not complying are actually right, because there's no legal obligation on them to pay on monthly basis.
Bring you more on this particular development and other business stories shortly on the market, please. My name is Emmanuel Abwaji. Have a good afternoon.